Okay, the recording has officially started, but, you know, I can just always cut and edit and split and shit.
I'm very scared.
And now it's focusing on Frozzty for whatever reason. I don't know, it's focusing on Frozzty.
Because the camera just loves her.
Oh.
The face is just, it's too great.
Frozzty, speak.
Hello?
Keep speaking. Speak a lot!
What the fuck?
It eventually changed.
Yeah, it will change. It's just delayed.
It was very delayed. Alright, Jet. Alright, Jet. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'd like to apologize, first of all, for the fact that we could not broadcast this live because Google is gay. And so they Hangouts. Because they wouldn't broadcast on it. Because they added a Q&A app. How do you screw up your own program by adding another program to it? How do you do that? And so Skype group video calling, for once, it's an adventure. And the dynamic view doesn't work properly. So now Frozzty is the queen of this one because she's the one it's focusing on. Okay, so this week, guys, we read Vampire Hunter D. I could only personally get my hands on Volume 1, 2, and 4, so Volume 3 is a big blank for me. Frozzty is a Vampire Hunter D fangirl of note, like serious Vampire Hunter D fangirl.
To the point where I will sum up this one if you want me to.
Maybe.
It's the third one.
We'll see. We'll see how far that gets. So now, first of all, let's Frozzty, because you're such a fangirl, give a brief, mostly spoiler-free description of this manga, please.
I'm gonna do it short. Alright. You will meet this character called D. He's a half vampire, half human, which is a Dampire in the movie, or a Dampire in the books. He is a vampire hunter. He hunts his own kind, and he meets various people who, if somehow leaves a stamp on him, but you can't really see it. I'm not gonna say why. And we basically follow him through his journey to kill the vampires that are still alive, and to see how he evolves as a character, bit by bit.
You forgot to include how this is set in the year 1229 AD. 12029. 12,029.
Atomic attack. Because of a atom bomb attack, nuclear weapon of war, something like that.
Nuclear war,
and that's how the vampires
and various other mutants
were born. Were born because they started appearing around just after that incident with the nuclear bombs and shit.
I've just gone to normal view because dynamic view doesn't work. So now you two are nice and big and I'm just small at the bottom. But I can make myself bigger. Hama, do you have anything to add to the description, null stuff of Justice?
I basically understood as vampires had always been around, but they only came out after the nuclear thingy because world needed a new order to control it.
And civilization and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
That is fact.
Okay. Now, Frozzty, because you're a fangirl, you'll be asked questions last this time. Usually I start with you, but now you'll get lost because I know this is special in your heart places. Okay. Briefly, Hama, what did you think of it overall from what you read? Because I know you didn't read all the volumes, because I kind of sprung this on you last second.
Yeah, I read the first volume, and basically I liked the idea, but being a person who started out with reading Hellsing and loving Hellsing, this all just seemed really weird and awkward. Mainly because I'm not that much of a fan of this kind of art style, but I like the idea of the story. I didn't like the way it was
executed
done, I guess. Maybe. Sort of.
Ish. Kinda.
There was too much porn.
What is it with you and Capuccio and mangas with boobies? Like, seriously, Frozzty. So much boobie. I was like, what is wrong with you two?
There's not enough pony.
At least you didn't have to read Dance in a Vampire Bond for this week. Trust me, there's a lot more boobie in that one.
Hentai?
That totally doesn't sound worse.
Now my hair is just like, hey, we wanna be seen too. Why are you hiding us under a headset? Ah. So my hair is being fantastic right now. I was gonna say something else, but I forgot.
I got mine fixed today. I was at the head. Okay,
I
on
understand
track.
Patricia's
Let's
pains.
keep going.
Wow, thanks. Thanks, babe. Anyway. So, you prefer Hellsing is essentially what I take away from this.
Yeah, but so that's mainly just because I started out in that. Like I like the whole character of D. I just and I can understand from the first volume that there's definitely a big story going on with this that I'd like to know more about, but at the same time there was this whole weird premise going on, I guess. Yeah. I think I would like the anime more, probably.
There
Mainly
are
because
any
it's-
anime
Oh.
movies. There's actually no
that's true.
anime yet.
I will now say I recommend the one called Bloodlust. It is based off the third book, but there's a new character in it that isn't in the book or the novel. Just so you know.
I'd
So
never know
he's a
that.
filler character.
It's not to be filler.
Let's see which.
She's
where
getting
is
her
it?
stuff out now.
Do you see
She's
any
got her
leather on there?
notes.
Look, I'm imagining she's got like this leather-bound journal.
I have my tablet.
Did-
It's
I
leather-
got
my tablet is leather bound.
two more somewhere, and I just found them.
Oh, the hiccups.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh, she's doing something.
What's that?
These are the novels. Some of them.
Frosty, tell your brother to stop downloading porn. Your camera quality is bad.
I know. My camera is essentially too old. I need a new one.
How old is your camera? Because I've had mine since like 2008 or something.
Stand
Bitch,
by.
please,
mine's older.
Mine. No, wait. What? I don't know. It's so old. It's
Actually,
older than
wait.
yours. I think it's from 2006.
Okay, then I forgive you. Actually, when did... I don't know. Okay, I just don't know. Maybe it's 2009, actually. I don't know, it's
Okay.
old, okay?
I could use my phone, but that's gonna fuck up the system.
Yeah, it kind of would.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright, let's get going. Okay,
Now-
if
now,
there's
Frosty-
any questions you wanna know,
first of all, give everyone the breakdown of exactly how much of a fangirl you are. Just like, tell us how good you think it is, how much you love it, how much you adore it.
I don't know how to put it simply, but there's this there's this hidden story about D. We don't know much about him, as you will know from the point you meet him. You will get to know him. You won't know his past as such, but you will get hints every now and then. And I like the fact that he's mysterious. There's something about him that's like, what? So you keep reading just because to find out what he's like, what his past, and what his future holds, and stuff
What's
like that.
his passion?
And
passion's
why
passion.
he is looking so stone cold all the time, but you will learn that he's not all cold. I like the fact that he is supposedly the strongest vampire half-breed to exist ever, and I recently found out he's not the only one.
Hey!
Strongest.
Spoilers! Whoa!
Same line.
Whoa!
I'm not
give up
saying
now.
what.
Whoa,
I'm
that's
not
a
saying
spoilers,
He's not-
Frosty. Dude.
No.
Dude.
Uh-uh.
Dude.
it's not spoilers. It's a hint.
That was
You
a
will know
Beatles
that-
reference.
Basically,
It's
he has children, and they become half human, half vampire, half werewolves, and they make love to other werewolves, and they sparkle in the sunshine.
Still a better love story than Twilight.
Yeah. What is it? I don't know. It's just the whole story thing, how it progresses, how it changes him, as a character, how he evolves. I would say the writing of the novels, it was essentially what got me carried into the universe of Vampire Hunter D, and I kept reading and reading and reading until the point
So
where
you
I
read
oh,
the
shit.
novels, and then the manga came afterwards for you, right?
No, movie, the one from 2000, not the one from the 85, which is kind of weird. A
Right?
bit weird, to be honest. And then Then came the novels, followed by the mangas. So I basically started out with the movie from 2000. I watched it for the first time in 2010. 2010.
Well, I can imagine that starting out with the movie or the novels first would be a good step into this universe because, to be honest, I personally find that the manga platform for this is very poorly executed. I can barely see what's going on half the time because of how much black there is. Just colors, like, blah. It's like, when it comes to battle scenes, it's just like, blah. It's like,
so
where did he cut?
Yeah, but
Where did he jump?
yeah.
What?
Yep. The thing is, the artist was specifically chosen to, execute the novels into a manga. She was handpicked by the writer himself, so it's a big honor because
I saw that in one of his afterward things.
Yeah, Vampire Hunter D is a really big thing down in Japan, to be honest.
What is this?
Yeah, 25 novels have been written so far, if not more.
Isn't it 26?
Japanese.
I did a little bit of research. I think it was 26.
I think it's
Yeah.
24 now.
Oh no! It's totally one less or one more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, look,
So-
I think we can all agree that there are neither 20 nor 28.
it's getting there.
Yeah, it's getting
And
there.
it is so popular, a live-action movie or a new animated movie.
Oh yes,
or
it was
Ser-
announced. I read that.
There is currently in the planning stage. The series there might be a series at some point, like an anime series with the Vampire Hunter D. Rumors says, or what I know or research, it will be in the style of the manga, but more you can see more. You're not so confused.
Oh.
But if the anime series will be something, it will be true. It will become a reality. I hope, I beg, pray for it will be like the 2000 movie Bloodlust, because the style in that movie is fucking amazing.
Considering it's
So-
nearly 20 years after it started to be written, though, I'm really surprised that there's actually not an anime adaptation, like a full-on series. Because, like
Yeah.
I said, I like the premise for it. The premise is good. The mystery behind D is sort of well portrayed, but then everything else is just like, I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Like, half the time I didn't know what the fuck anything was. And I started to get really pissed off when they called every vampire noble, when that's not technically true in my brain places, because if a vampire just goes and bites some random human, that's more like they're ghouls, kind of, you know?
Yeah, I know. That's how, I don't know how to explain it. It's just different from all the vampire things I've read and seen and movies and such.
Vampire
It's
Night
so
for the win!
I have to be honest. Vampire Hunter D is probably one of the best vampire series I've ever seen.
You
Well,
obviously haven't seen Twilight.
get out of my call now.
Piss off!
Whoa.
Get out of my house, child!
The only thing I could think about in all of the first volume was that she wants the D. That's so amazing.
Thank you for making that joke. I wanted to make that joke so bad.
It was so hard.
Haha, yeah, it was.
But yeah, like reading the first volume, you did feel like what I thought basically when D went to the castle or whatever it was where the noble
Yep.
pirate
Yep.
vampire was living.
Count
And,
Count Lee or something.
Yeah, it didn't look or feel like they were in a set castle at any point. It just, you saw him charge through the gate and that's it. It was like there wasn't that much attention to detail in the background, and it didn't feel very anything at
It didn't
all.
feel well explained. Like, what I also
No.
felt a lot during the story was that it was rushed. It was really rushed to get through it. Even though, like, a specific arc would, like, go over the course of a few chapters, it felt super rushed. It felt like a lot of detail was omitted that was kind of important.
I can imagine the novel might be really good.
Then I must imagine that the novel's really, really good. Like, because he's probably definitely explained it in such a good way. And, like, such a good way. Like, oh my gosh.
Okay, just to give you an idea, this is not this one. Where is it? Need to find it. Here we go. All right. To give you an idea, this is the size of the novel. This is the one called Twin Shadowed Night. I'm not gonna spoil anything what happens in here because this one. This
Is that
really,
number
really-
10?
That's number, I think it's 13
Oh, that was a
or
D.
something. This is D, how he's originally portrayed.
He looks
Okay,
like he's
well,
from the
that's
Renaissance era.
Yeah, that's kind of the inspire. The artist is also the one from one from Final Fantasy.
Which Final Fantasy?
The seventh series. You know, Advent Children and
And
Cloud.
the original game and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the same artist. To give you an idea, the book isn't that big, but
How many pages? It's the pages that matter, dude.
Obviously. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover.
this one is almost 330.
That's a
And-
good length.
Yeah, and on a single page, you will get sometimes you will get a bunch of information you need to digest, to think about, and then you start in your mind imagining what happens during the course of let's say a battle, a conversation, or he is putting together the pieces of a puzzle he has to solve in order to do something, to like save a village or anything, and if you look at the book. This is the sixth one. And you can see.
How many of these do you own now?
I got all 7. Yeah. I think.
Oh wait, are we looking at the mangas now? There are 7
This is the
volumes of the manga.
And you see how this is less pages it has to work with.
Mm,
And this is figure material. And due to the fact a lot of things happens in the books, the artist, what's the name? Saiko Takagi.
that's a woman?
She does-
I always thought it was a man.
Yeah, it's a female.
No wonder why she
she
makes him
doesn't-
look like such a Bishonen.
Amazing.
Look, he looks like a Bishonen. You can't argue with me on that. They even refer to him as beautiful. Dude, no.
I
He's
think
Bishonen.
she might be wanting some boy love. Or beautiful loves.
If you read the novels, you will find out that he is described to be as so beautiful. Even men will go, "Oh my god!" You know, like girls
I
would.
want the D.
I'm gonna show a little picture from this one. I'm not gonna say where in the book it happens, but I'm gonna find.
I remember
Just-
there was once like that in volume 4. I think it was volume 4. That was the one with Lena and the castle ruins and stuff.
Yeah.
With all the things.
That's totally it.
Yeah,
Oh.
look at them. Oh, they're completely.
Enchanted.
Yes, enchanted by his beauty. I'm not sure. Plus, there's a very, very good picture if you're a fangirl in this one, if you want to see it.
No thank you. I don't want the D.
It's not that.
I could imagine.
Look, Frosty. With you, anything's possible.
Thank God the quality isn't very great.
Yeah.
I have to call that as.
Dirty. But so, the artist, she doesn't really have much space to work with. That is why it feels rushed. Yes, I agree on that. But she can't get every detail in it. It's damn right impossible, to be honest, with the space she has to work with. She has a limited amount of pages she can draw before it has
I
to
hear
be.
you. I hear you. It's okay. It's okay, sweetie. You can calm your butts. Calm your butts, okay?
Oh wait. There's something I didn't get. Were the horses actually horses, or were they robots or something?
The cybernetic horses, some may have even some organs inside, but mostly they're cybernetic horses.
So wait, now do you mean like cyborg or robot? Make the difference.
Wow.
Okay, that works.
Cyborg with a few organs.
So
No.
cyborg, you know cyborg is like originally horse and then added like prosthetics and shit, right? Not originally robot and then added organs and shit.
Both would make the same cyborg, Jordan.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. Oh my gosh, how can you both say that?
How
No,
would
it
a
wouldn't.
robot become then?
It would still be a
I-
robot. Ah.
No, it wouldn't.
if you watch,
There's no ghost.
at some point,
There's
in
no
one of the
ghost.
volumes,
Ah!
the horse would actually eat something at some point because it has a stomach. It needs energy, fuel to run as fast as they do because those horses run fucking fast.
Sorry for that interruption.
Ooh.
Interruption?
My mom was just like, "Sup? How's it hanging? Yo." Have you noticed I always do that when I'm just like, yeah, this person came by and they were like, yo, why is everyone a gangster to me?
I'm fly.
Yo.
Oh,
Shizzle
right.
just
Okay,
got
that's
Rizzle into Hizzle.
Shit.
Okay, back to Vampire Hunter D.
The D.
The D.
I was a little bit, you know, the moment I heard the Vampire Hunter D, there's the whole Dracula thing going on.
Mm-hmm. When he was like, so what's your full name? And he was like, Dracula. Someone else might have said it, but it felt like he said it when I read it at the time. I was like, you're fucking kidding me, right? I would have even preferred it if he was Vlad or something. Vlad I could deal with. But Dracula's like, no. Why? No, it's just like, whenever I think of Dracula, I think of him as one of the original vampires kind of deal, you know? Like one of the first, one of like the main ones. Like, for example, I would think that when they were talking about like the great ancestor, what did they refer to him as? He was like the first one or something.
The sacred or scarred ancestor.
Yes, the sacred, yes. That, to me, would be a Dracula, you know? Not D. D's like a Bishonen. D's a Bishonen.
But let me ask you this: if you just by the first volume, I think you might be able to debunk this. Why is he called D?
Because of Dracula.
How can that be?
I don't know. You tell me why he's called D, Miss Know-It-All.
It is said that he is his son.
But didn't he? Wasn't but so many questions that'll never get answered. Ah.
Just ask me.
You'll never get answered.
Like,
I don't want to ask you. I want to find it out on my own.
Spoiler-filled environment.
Your face is a
but
spoiler-filled
if you
environment.
want to know anything about his mom, just ask me.
Who's his mom?
What? You want me to?
Who's his mom? Tell me.
His mom was obviously she was a human, since he is half vampire, half human, and she is called Mina the Fair, because she was described to be one of the most prettiest women ever to live on Earth.
One of the prettiest women ever. Yeah. She was the fairest of them all.
Yeah. She was, literally like this. She was literally, I don't know, Cinderella.
Wouldn't it be more like Snow White?
She somehow, the sacred ancestor somehow fell in love with her, and I believe the other way around too. And they just got down one night, and boom!
They got down and jiggy with it.
Mm-hmm.
Do a little dance.
Amen, sister.
Make a little love.
Make a little love.
Get down tonight.
Get down tonight.
Get down tonight. Look, I think that needs to like be the theme song of this book club, because
Whenever anything sexy happens.
Yeah.
Sex bomb. D.
Nah, sex bomb's overdone. He overused. Cliche.
Use trumpets by Jason Derulo instead.
That's too obscure even for me.
Okay, so anything more you want to know about D or his mom or his father or anything that happens in the first volume? I shall debunk it right here, right now.
Yes, Hammer. Ask your questions.
No, I don't want to spoil stuff to myself. I'm not a weirdo like you.
Ha! Alright, well, you're gonna read up on it, huh?
When I get the time.
When will you get the time?
I'll most assumably watch the movies, actually. Like, the movies sound a lot better than that does.
Yeah.
From what I'm getting so far. And I really want to hear the voice of the Hand. Because the Hand is amazing.
Lefty is so fun. He's called Lefty by the fandom, by the way.
Well, that does
creepy.
make sense.
I guess he's left-handed.
Oh, goodness.
No, but just if you just kind of keep an eye out for what Lefty says in the movie. Okay, just so you know, and watch him what he do, what he does, what he says to Dee, and how that affects him. So
Calm your butts.
I'm not
I
gonna
was
say
listening to it.
what it is.
Waffle Nuffle?
It's probably his dad.
What?
He's like, it's probably his dad.
What if it's his parasite of a brother?
That wouldn't make much sense. But
Yeah, that makes no sense. Screw that theory.
it's basically his dad who's living inside of his left hand, and whenever he needs to masturbate, it just goes wrong.
Why are you forcing incest in there? Why? Why do that? I know it's Japan, but come on.
It's incest. It has to be there.
Don't make me bang my head against this table, young man.
I'm gonna do it right now because that's just.
I can imagine there's a lot of fan fictions on the internet about this.
I hope I never see any of that.
Frosty's the one
Yeah,
who's known about it.
That's true. I wonder if she has some of it favorited.
Oh god.
I've out of all those I have read.
Ooh.
Hey, you done it too, okay?
Done what?
Fanfictions, you know.
I don't really read fan fictions unless someone's like, hey, read this. I'm really into this. Read this. I'm just like, I read the first few lines. I'm like, well, that was interesting. Let's move on with our lives.
Basically, I stepped away from fanfiction the moment I learned that Rainbow Dash is lesbian on the internet. I just stopped there. It's too much.
It would explain a lot of things. I'm going to stop right there. Are you having fun playing with your camera?
No.
Just trying to fix it a little. Fixing it a bit.
I like the idea of the art style that he was trying to do. I like the way that the faces are drawn, the body proportions except for all the massive boobies. That's pretty good too. His sword reminded me a lot of Sephiroth's, and the only problem I had with the art style was how the battles were just splurges of color, and half the time I had no fucking idea what was going on.
Really?
Yeah, really. I did. I really felt like that because when it came to the battles, I was like, did he just cut? Did he jump? What's happening?
Like this?
Worse than that.
Mm,
I feel that, at
Is
least in the first 4 volumes, she didn't really have it down how to draw the combat properly.
I agree with you on that. And if you ever get to read the 5th one, the combat is a lot better in this one, and it gets better and better progressively to each book you go to. And in here, in the 7th newest one, the combat is actually really well made, to be honest.
So at the same time, she's also been having her growing experiences. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm gonna just okay. If you remember the art style in the first volume, like the first few chapters. I'm gonna show you how much she has progressed, even with his face. I'm gonna give you a close-up of his face if I can find a proper picture.
Well, we are in Blur City, so I don't know how effective that's going to be.
Blur City. Right outside of the Lag Festival.
I don't know if this one's gonna wake.
Out of the lag burbs.
Oh,
You can
look
see
at that. Look at that blur.
Okay,
Dang.
well, he's graduated from B Shonen,
Are you
and
sure
he's
that's
the
not
perfect candidate
female?
for BL.
Are you sure that's not a woman?
That does look like a woman.
I know,
Am I looking at
but
the
it's
wrong
just
character?
the big picture is him. Just to give you an idea, just to verify.
Oh, that makes it worse.
I'm gonna
Wow,
make
babe.
it a bit- Or maybe just the front page would do it. I don't know.
I can't see shits.
I know.
Look at that
I can.
face.
I
That
will.
looked
Okay,
better.
I can send you a picture I have taken with my phone or something because the camera is this one is really good, and send it to you and you can edit it in if you want to.
Okay, maybe I'll just replace your face with it for the entire duration.
Wonderful.
Do that.
Knowing that it was
But,
Lefty
yeah.
now makes the whole battle scene where he was cut off even better for me because I can just keep thinking to myself that he must have been feeling a little bit on the right side. Some horrible jokes that can be made.
You're just full of puns. Do you know that? You're full of punny shit.
That's good stuff.
A little nice thing in the mangas. I like this little.
I
thing
like
she
that
does.
too, actually. Like I
It's
saw
so
that she
cool.
did that with the fourth volume. The fourth volume was the Walking Town, right?
The dead town. Yeah, something. Yeah. But she does that at both sides, at the end and in the beginning. You'll meet the villains, you'll meet the good ones, and those in between.
Another kind of problem that I sort of had was that every woman looked the same. Ha!
You just
After
need to know the
Doris,
style.
then the next one whose name I forgot. I can't remember what her name was. I think it was Lena in
which
the next one. Lena was in volume 2 with the castle ruins. Then in volume 4, it was Laurie or something, the one who was exposed to the nuclear radiation and couldn't talk or hear
In
anymore.
volume 3, you will get a one called Layla. Layla.
Rada!
Layla.
Nano reference right there, guys.
In this one.
Rada. I didn't get to read volume 3, so screw that. Volume 3 is irrelevant, Frosty.
I know.
Hammer, do you have any other thoughts, jokes, or quirks, or references, or anything to throw into the mix?
I'm out of jokes for now. I think I've basically said what I wanted to say about it. I don't get like all of the like whenever we hear about vampires, especially when it comes to manga, there's always a Dracula, and I don't get that. Or Vladimir, but Vladimir is a more normal name. Dracula is something you nearly always see. I don't get
Vladimir
that.
is more of a reference to Vlad the Impaler because in history it's
Yeah.
theorized that he was a
I know.
vampire. So
But
I would have
I'm
preferred
gonna-
Vlad, okay? I prefer Vlad to Dracula because he's less of a cliche. Don't look at me
Those
like
are-
that, Frizzle.
I'm not looking at you. I was about to say something. Would you stop me?
No.
The so-called scared ancestor is not called. It is said that he is called Dracula by the fandom. I don't know if that's his real name. It's not. You don't get to know it.
So basically, what you're telling us is that there's this whole amazing universe, and there's missing a lot of backstory that we never get to know.
Because we haven't
You would
read
get
the
to-
books.
Yeah. As I said, she can't get every bits and pieces into the manga. So fucking difficult to do that.
Imagine
But-
how it's
So
going to be with
basically,
the
it needs a
anime.
proper series. Well, if they do it
If it-
properly, it
if-
doesn't have to be.
It is said to be in the planning stage, so I hope they plan on putting as much as detail they can from the books into the anime, so to those who haven't watched it can sort of follow along to the progression of the story and the character, and see how stuff affects him as a being.
Essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's the right director, it could basically be done in 64 episodes, like a normal one-go anime.
It
But
can,
that takes a
but
director.
keep in mind there are so many novels. There's about 26 novels
Yep.
in Japanese.
In Japanese. In the Japanese lands.
Yeah,
Nippon!
In
Oh,
Japan
Jap-
lands.
Yeah. In the Japan lands.
Past the east border.
What was it your classmate said the other day? When he was like reading, when he was mixing Japan and Spanish up together
Yes.
in the Danish lands.
He was reading off on my screen, and in Danish, Spanish is spelled close to the middle part of Japan, Japanese. So he read just Spanish, and he was like, "What's just Spanish?" And I was just staring at him with disbelief.
Oh god, not that again, Frizzle.
Amazing.
Sorry, you couldn't resist.
I noticed you couldn't. I'm jealous of your 3 swords back there. I want something.
Can I have the red? No, I want to get the black one.
No, you can only get the black one if you get the name right.
I,
No,
they could be any swords.
they're not! Oh my god, what was it? Ah! Ah! Those are Zoro's swords! Ah! Ah!
You know,
Nerd
I'm
rage.
just with you.
The white one is Wado Ichimonji. I think the black one is Shusui. And the red one is Kitetsu, the cursed blade.
You know, I didn't
Why is
know
the
that,
red one
actually.
the first one?
Just playing with your mind.
Because the black one's... To me, the black one is Shusui, because it's got, like, the samurai-ish sort of
It's true.
stuff all
And
over
you did
it.
get it is the black one he got from what's his face.
Yeah, so that's
Whoever got the
Shusui.
name of.
The manga
So good.
plays.
So good. What did you say, Russell?
To the manga plays.
Oh, you want us now? You want to get us? You want to get us back on track, huh? Huh?
Yes, I am in charge now.
Are you my father too?
Yes.
It's like maybe. I don't know. Oh God.
Basically, she's telling us she hates One Piece right now.
Yeah.
She prefers vampires. Oh, so she must hate vampires.
Vampires are the best. Why are you looking at us like that?
Oh, it didn't freeze. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
not
I thought it
really-
froze.
I thought it froze for a second. I was like, wait, is she looking at us funny or is it frozen?
She's gonna be frozen. I guess that's where the name came from.
I think my mouth was twitching.
I really win this.
Okay, seriously, enough with the voice manipulation.
See, you don't need me or Capucci. You could just have Frosty in all the voices.
That's true. That's true.
I get 4 different voices. I can do with this one.
No, stop. Stop right there. Calm your butts. Calm your butts right now, young lady. Don't make me phone your mother.
Yeah. We'll phone your mother if you don't act nice on this show.
But you know her number?
I can get it from Capucci.
I don't think so, you can.
Or your brother.
You don't have his either, do you?
No, but I can find him on Facebook.
I don't think he shares this information.
Whatever.
We'll just track it down anyways.
Nah.
Okay,
Fine.
back to the manga.
Fine. Next time I'm in Denmark, I'll go all the way to your town. And I'll knock on every single door until I find someone who reminds me of your mom. Every single door!
What if Frosty's mother has a twin living right next door?
Does she?
Can we get back now to the manga?
Fine. Gosh, you fangirl. Well then, what do you have to say then, since you're such an eager beaver, huh?
I'm just keeping us on track.
Well, does anyone have anything left to say? Because I got all my frustrations out. And my enjoyments.
Angry. It was so bad. Like none of the vampires sparkled. I just didn't understand.
And
You're so
there wasn't
confused.
enough. There wasn't enough wolf versus vampire.
I'm trying
Ah,
to-
just pissed off with that fucking Twilight shit and fucking.
Look, to be honest,
That's-
because we know how much it's getting under your skin, we're enjoying it a lot right now.
I'm just trying to ponder if there's anything else I want to add. Like overall, I like the idea of it, and I like the character of the only thing that was a bit awkward was actually the battle that happened. Like first he was insanely overpowered, and then that other guy got that magical power suit that just allowed him to instantly win. And then he lost the power suit and instantly lost, and that was it. That's most of the stuff I remembered from the first volume. That was a bit weird.
I think that was the son of the mayor you were talking about, kind of deal.
Gooch has something. I
Greco.
think. Greco.
Greco Moria.
Amazing.
Okay, no, wrong manga, guys. Wrong manga.
But yeah, it was a bit awkward that it had to happen like that. But everything for the sake of progression.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
well,
know. How's the rest of the stuff? Because if he is the most powerful vampire, then how does it even play out? Isn't he just going to slash stuff up?
I think a lot of his power technically, because like his regeneration comes from Lefty. Most from what I've seen.
Lefty plays and she. It.
Lefty.
let's just call him. He's called Lefty by the fan base. So
We'll go with that.
How many of them call him the Fapinator?
for fuck's sake.
Hands. Just like what you do.
Oh my gosh, I just thought of Dee's new theme song. Hand, I have a big hand. I have a big hand. A big hand. I have a big hand.
Copyright.
There ain't no copyright there. Ain't none.
Probably.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Now that we are making fun of the whole thing with Lefty, I'm trying to find a little short
No,
comic I
don't
found
you
with
dare.
Lefty.
Don't you dare.
What about the
No,
whole
it's-
fight thing? I actually asked the question.
Yeah, what
But-
about the question,
yeah.
Frosty? Huh? Bad fangirl, bad.
Well, re-ask the question and I shall answer it the best I can.
Like if he is the most powerful DMP, right? How does the whole rest of the battle scenes play out, and why does it matter that there's more DMPs if he's the most powerful one? Because he basically one-shot everyone we met in the first series, except for that guy
Yeah,
with the magic suit.
Yeah, he does that, but I don't know if I want to spoil it or not. To why
Yeah.
he may. Shall I spoil it?
If he
My-
grows as a Dampier, then that's fine. But since you say he's the most powerful one, it's like we immediately insist on thinking that he's the most powerful from day one, kind of deal.
He is. Okay, I'm gonna give you the information now. I personally know about him. So, yes, okay. He may seem to be this incredibly strong, overpowered warrior with his magical hand.
His lefty.
His magical hand.
Jazz
hands. Yeah.
These are jazz hands.
Oh dear God.
Okay, enough of the hands, Frosty.
Yeah, okay. It is said that D is actually over 5,000 years old. We don't know exactly how old he is, but he's at least 5,000. So that can contribute to the fact that he is a skilled swordsman. He knows what to do in certain fights because he has faced it numerous times before in his past. It is also said, I'm gonna get you a major spoiler right now, because this is the only way I might be able to explain this. While his mother, Mina the Fair, was pregnant with him, it is said that the scared ancestor, which is believed to be his father, I'm not gonna say why. 'cause there will be
Why?
hints.
Say why.
No.
Tell us
Can't
why.
spoil everything to the viewers, damn it.
They can take their
No,
headsets
I don't-
off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Put cat ears on.
It is. I'm gonna give you a little hint to why they say he is his father. D bears a resemblance to his father, like when it comes to his looks and such, like the hair and facial features. It is said that when Mina was pregnant with D, he performed some experiments on him to make the perfect Don Peel.
Oh yeah,
Dampier
they
warrior.
alluded to that in the fourth volume. Actually, in the
Yeah,
second
so
volume, they alluded to that.
The second, and it's more visible. You can see more clearly in the fourth one.
Hmm.
And during again, which book is?
Mm.
There's a novel where it's more clearly described
Explained.
why. Explained, yeah. Stop stealing the words.
First when they talk about the whole the sacred one and the human having babies over and over again and then sacrificing the baby or something. So okay. Or killing the baby.
Oh
Something
yeah,
like
I
that.
remember hearing that. Or like
Yeah.
he would like
Yeah.
eat the baby.
So I
That's
guess
a
that would be
reference.
experimenting.
That's a mythology reference right there.
Eat my baby, my semen gets stronger.
What the fuck?
It's officially
Alright,
how it
but-
works. You heard it here first.
But essentially, it said that the sacred ancestor performed experiments on Mina the Fair to create the most powerful Dampier ever to exist. And
Yeah.
it is for I feel, and it's just how I feel, that the sacred ancestor is actually he is the strongest vampire of all them all, and he is the king of vampires in
Well,
that
that's why
series.
he is the sacred ancestor. I mean, that's kind of the feeling you get because he has a title of
Yeah.
sacred or scarred.
Sacred doesn't mean strong.
Sacred means original, and generally the original is the most powerful.
Yeah,
Unless
Basically,
we're
it's
talking
the
dragon
extra children.
slayers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even then, it's still the most powerful, but still.
He is the first vampire amongst the first. We don't know if he is actually the first of them all to exist.
Look, original strain still counts, bro.
Yeah.
Gosh.
But it is said that he performed experiments on Mina the Fair, and to enhance this baby to make the perfect NP, the perfect warrior, the perfect image of himself.
So he just banged this chick to carry his child, and then he basically tortured her and experimented on her. Poor woman. Gosh.
I wouldn't say he just banged her like that, but
I have a question.
Just like that.
Oh, obviously he romanced her over a few minutes.
I believe with what I know, he romanced her over time. Like he courted her over time to win her heart and make babies with her.
And then experiments on her and torture her.
How beautiful.
Yeah,
Still a
so
better love
romantic.
story than Twilight.
Oh, much better.
Now I have a question. In Volume 4 with the walking, floating, flying City of Justice,
Yeah.
what I noticed was that the mayor kept saying, like, 200 years ago this, 200 years ago that, as if, like, time hadn't really passed for them. Is there an explanation given for why he's always talking about that?
Well, it is said that 200 years ago or so, the sacred ancestor visited the floating town, the flying town, whatever they called it, and something happened that somehow stopped time. It's been a while since I read it, but I still somehow remember it. I can recall it. I read the book. I got it. I got the book. So it is said that he somehow did something with the time there, I believe. And the funny thing is that the mayor is actually fucking old.
He looked like he was like a run corpse already.
And if
in
you
my
know,
opinion.
if you notice, and if you notice, he has a cybernetic arm. So
I think I missed that because of the drawing style.
you're not used to his style. I
Me?
can feel that.
He did? That the mayor we saw in the first volume.
No, the fourth one, babe.
Oh, okay. Okay, I am still following.
Your age is behind.
I'm just gonna quickly.
I want to read the novels. I can feel that the manga will be a painful experience for me. I want the novels.
I want a new made anime. It's to me.
If you want to do yourself a good deed, watch the movie called Bloodlust.
Okay.
That movie
Our next
is
movie
so,
night, Hammer.
That movie is so gorgeously made. I love the style in that one. It's so amazing. Okay, I'm trying to. Here we are. Just gonna see if we can find where we can see his arm properly. There we go. I don't know. It's.
More with Lefty.
Can you see?
What are we looking at? Scrap
Oh
metal?
yes, I remember. I saw that. I just didn't
You see
take much
this?
notice.
This is the proof of that he has a cybernetic arm, and that can contribute to the fact that he is really old and he has lived for a very long time.
Look,
And
nothing beats Ghost in the Shell when it comes to prosthetics. Just saying. Just saying.
Ghost in the Shell is actually a really, really good story.
I love
Something-
Ghost in the Shell so much. I'm such a Ghost in the Shell fangirl. Did you know I modeled Runa after Kasanagi? Is that her name? Major. After the Major.
Motoko?
Motoko! Yes, after Motoko.
Yeah, I had a feeling you did that.
You so did not.
Hey, I know a few things about manga and character making, okay?
You're just saying it like, okay, this is getting too ragey. I'm just gonna back away slowly.
Just so you know, I made an OC for this series.
I know, you showed her to me. And
I
all the
did?
hentai.
What does she look like then?
I can't remember, I just know you showed it to me. You showed me a lot of your OCs and your fan fictions.
I don't think I showed this one for Vampire and the D.
You
because I
did.
made a new one.
Vampire and the D! You heard it here first, guys. You need to make a fanfic named that, please. The Vampire and the D.
You could do that and make a hentai story out of that.
No, I'm sorry. There's not
So,
enough
wait.
possibility for tentacles.
What is this show about again? What are we actually here for?
To discuss mangas and then laugh with each other's.
Okay.
Okay, so I think personally that everything that there is to really say that isn't any more spoilery and is relevant to what we actually read has been said. So in saying that, it is time to choose our next manga, and our guest this week can choose. So guest, you may take a few seconds to choose. And Boku no Pico is not an option.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm done then.
Or Bible Black. Bible Black's not an option. I don't know if there are actually mangas for those. I just know that the animes are disturbing.
So how perverted can I choose a manga?
Please don't choose one with. I want to start reading that lately. I've actually got that down. Is it good?
It's really good. It's so sweet.
Really? I need to start reading it then. I'm such a girl.
It has. I'm gonna. Oh, churches, come on.
I have
It
this
has
feeling.
51 chapters.
Yeah.
No biggie on a week. And I read the whole thing in a week.
Yeah. Dude. One of my favorites of all time is Hana Yoridango, right? It's like 160 chapters or something like that. It was like my favorite of all time. I read it in 2 days. Yeah.
I remember at some point, you know, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I read that in fucking 7 hours in English.
I spent all. Hold on. Let me.
7 hours.
Is it? It's not where I can reach it, but there was this book that I got, and all the reviews were like, "Oh my god, this book is so shallow. Oh my god, I hate this character. Oh my god, the battle's so bad." And this book was called like The Throne of Glass or something. I stayed up all night reading it because it had just enough of a hook. So I sat at my desk and I read it over the whole night. And it was just like, I was so cold because it was winter and my room is an icebox in the winter. So.
On a fun note, just see how big this manga is compared to Emma's manga.
Well, Emma is a shoujo, so.
Yeah. This one is from Digital Manga Publish.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep, that company.
So, Emma, have you decided on one? Are you going to make us read
Oh, Emma.
Pokemon Adventures? Or are you going to make us read Shaman King?
Not Shaman.
Oh, Shaman King!
I'm having issues because half of the stuff I was thinking about is very horribly perverted because of Christopher. So
I thought you didn't download all that.
I didn't.
Wait.
Wait. I have how many do I have from Christopher? That's perverted. I have 2.
Wow, that is such manga, many.
I think
Wow.
I'll ask you to read Ratman.
Radman?
Ratman.
What?
Ratman?
Ratman. That's a good one.
Ratman or Radman? The first or the second?
Rat.
Okay.
I said,
How
maybe
many
next-
chapters are there, and how many do you think we should try and read?
There are 51 chapters currently.
Okay, so
But you can read all 51 if you want to. I won't be here
Let's
next week.
say,
So
can we like 15 or 10 chapters?
we'll just have a look at how long they are. I don't remember how long they are. They are like 70, 60 pages each, so it's not that bad.
whoa. Okay, that's actually a lot.
It changes a bit when it comes to like the difference of the.
Did you
chapters.
finish
So it's
Ratman, or
between-
did you just like read some of
No,
it and
it's
be
not.
like?
It's not coming out. Like I'm waiting for the next release.
So you caught up to it, in other words.
Yeah. You choose an amount. But Ratman. Yep.
I think somewhere between 15 and 20 chapters.
If you want to, we can also do something more perverted.
I hate you. Stop it.
Okay, Ratman.
I'm just gonna back out now. Bye!
I've had enough of boobies, okay? Seriously.
What's wrong with boobies?
Then read Naruto.
Then read what?
Right? Can I?
Naruto.
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 Why? Are there no boobies in Naruto?
Naruto.
It is so perverted as
Can I
what we
read
just
the
read
thing?
for today.
Look,
Oh.
hints, references, and jokes I can handle, not boobies.
Oh, yeah. I can read the summary to you from Ratman.
Yes, read it.
Is that a good idea?
Very good idea. I approve. I approve of this.
Okay, so meet Shoto. He's a bit vertically challenged. He also wants to be a hero, but guess what? Midgets can't be heroes. So he becomes a villain instead. Sort of. Not really. Wait a minute, why is he so heroic if he's supposed to be a bad guy? And what about the so-called good guys? Why are they so evil? There you go.
Megamind.
Sort of.
Didn't a second Megamind come out
Man.
or something? I feel like there was a second
What?
Megamind at some point.
No, there was that short movie I showed you.
Really?
Button of Doom, something like that.
No, that was the one where he had a yard sale of all his inventions and
Yeah.
stuff. No,
That's
that's
the
not the one I was talking about.
There's no actual Megamind 2 yet. Hopefully there will be. It was a great movie.
Yeah, but the problem, I hope they just don't make it a lame sequel. You know what they do.
There's
Why-
never lame sequels.
I want an incredible sequel. That's what I want.
No sequels are ever lame, Jordan.
That needs
They're
to happen.
only less awesome.
Oh yeah, what about the Shrek sequels then? I know for a fact
if
you
look at it,
hated
Shrek
Never,
1 was
Happily
really good,
Never
and
After.
Shrek 2 was better, and then Shrek 3 was better, and then Shrek 4 was terrible, and Shrek 5 will be the worst piece of shit ever. Maybe. I don't know. Point is,
Worst piece of
anime
shit.
is given.
I think let's
Anime
read the
Manga.
first 20 chapters. No, let's make it. Hold on. Hold
Bones.
your butts. Or not. What is happening? Ah!
Man.
The camera, I'm gonna show you a gif of how I reacted inside when you said it's ending. If you can see it. And wait.
I can't see anything but your screen.
How-
Oh yes, that one.
Cute.
You want a fluffy cat like that now, don't you?
Oh yes.
We all do.
You get to clean it.
Fine.
So what are we?
But
are we
I
still
already
on?
have a.
I don't know. I don't know. Ah. If it's not doing it, then I'll just like record a bye-bye myself. So thank you for watching, guys. I'll decide on how many chapters when I set up the next live event / announcement thingamadoodle of how many chapters we're reading. I want it to be at the end of a volume kind of deal, so not somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, thank you for watching, and thank you for being here with me today, my wonderful co-hosts. And Capuccio, you're lame! End of discussion. Okay, thank you guys, bye-bye.
Who's not here? Well, no, you can stop.
Yay.